Stop. Don't buy a house until you hear these 7 home buyer mistakes. Before you go buy a couch, before you start picking out colors, definitely before you fall in love with that beautiful kitchen you saw online, stop. Because one wrong decision during the home buying process can cost you the house or cost you thousands of dollars after you move in. I'm Henrietta Boyd, the Realty Queen, and on my channel, we talk about real estate, home ownership, building wealth, making informed decisions before signing your name on a dotted line. Today, we're talking about 7 mistakes first-time homebuyers make. And number 3 has caused people to not have a loan approval on closing day. Can you imagine that? Yes, I said days before closing. Imagine packing up your apartment, scheduling the moving truck, telling everybody you bought a house, and then you find out you cannot close. We're not doing that over here. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1, shopping for a house before you knowing how much house you can actually afford. I know scrolling through homes online is fun. It's fun for me too. I do it all the time. You see a big kitchen, a finished basement, the paint color that you love, the backyard with that deck or that pool. You have already decided where the sectional is going, right? But you haven't spoken with the lender. Now you're emotionally attached to a house you may not even be able to purchase, right? Don't do that to yourself. Please don't do that to yourself. The first step is not touring homes. The first step is understanding your financial position. Speak with a qualified lender and find out what you may qualify for, what your estimated payment could be, whether or not you have any issues you need to correct before applying, right? You may discover that you're ready now. You may find out you need to pay down a credit card or two. Save a little more money. Wait until you have a larger employment history or a longer employment history. That doesn't mean home ownership is not for you. It simply means that you need a plan. There's a difference between being denied and being told not yet, right? Sometimes not yet just means that you need 3 or 6 more months to position yourself properly to be able to buy your first home. That's a much better thing than falling in love with the house first and then finding out you can't afford said house. Mistake number 2, buying based on your maximum approval amount. Let me say this clearly. Let me say it clearly, loudly for the people in the back. Just because the lender approves you for a certain amount does not mean you need to spend every dollar of that. Suppose you're approved for a $300,000 home. That does not automatically mean a $3,000 home payment fits comfortably into your real life budget. I'm just saying, make it make sense. All right. Excuse me. The lender is looking at numbers, right? That's what they look at. They look at the numbers. It's just like if you were selling a home, I will look at your CMA, build your CMA, and then we will get together and then we will look at the numbers, right? That's the same thing the lenders do. They look at the numbers. Okay. You, however, need to look at your life. Do you have childcare expenses, a car payment, student loans, A lot of people have student loans they're still paying down. Children who eat everything in the refrigerator. Like, what do summers look like if your house, if you have kids? Does your grocery bill go from $150 to $450 in a matter of 3 months, and then drop down back to $150? So you have to bring all of those things into mind. Take those things into account because groceries count too. You still need money for transportation, utilities, repairs, emergencies, and everything else outside of your mortgage. Your monthly payment may include your principal interest, your property taxes, homeowner's insurance, and mortgage. Depending on the home that you buy, you may also have association fees. Then you still have utilities, lawn care, maintenance, pest control, and repairs. So do not ask only what is the most expensive house I can afford, or excuse me, what is the most expensive house I can qualify for. Ask, what payment can I comfortably afford while enjoying my life? You don't want to own a beautiful home but be afraid to turn the lights on. Makes no sense. Okay? The goal is home ownership, not becoming house poor. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. The goal is home ownership, not becoming house poor. All right. Mistake number 3, buying something before closing, buying something big before closing. This mistake right here hurts a lot of buyers. You get pre-approved, you got that offer accepted, you're excited. Then you say, well, since I'm buying a house, let me go buy a new living room set. No, stop, turn around. Do not proceed. Do not go forward. Hold on. Wait, call your realtor. Call your realtor. Okay? Because we're going to tell you not to do that. Okay? All right. Sit down. Don't finance the couch. Don't buy the new car. Don't open 3-store credit cards because they're offered you 20% off. Okay? Don't take out a personal loan to buy appliances. Your loan approval is not necessarily final just because you received the pre-approval letter. Okay? And please, 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 don't quit your job without talking to your lender. That's the big one. All right. That beautiful new car sitting in the driveway could increase your monthly debt to income ratio enough to affect your qualification. You don't want to do that. Now imagine losing the house over a car that you could have waited to buy for 2 weeks after you actually closed and moved into the new home. Wait until the transaction has officially closed before making any major financial